Well, if you've ever taken a ride in a taxi, you've probably noticed the driver's photos and personal items. Well, they're not actually allowed to have anything that doesn't relate to their job in their cars. Well, the one Côte-Saint-Luc taxi driver is fighting that city bylaw. He wants to keep a MeZuZaH, that's a symbol of his Jewish identity, in his car. MeZuZaH Louder has that story.
In 40 years of driving a taxi, Ari Parakovitz never got a ticket. So he was surprised when an inspector from the Montreal Taxi Bureau told him to take down the photos of his children, a Canadian flag, a Remembrance Day poppy, and his MeZuZaH. He refused and got a $166 fine.
I was told that I have no right to keep the MeZuZaH, which is a religion symbol.
Over the next couple of months, he got 2 more tickets, so he turned to the Quebec Human Rights Commission for help.
I'm not a religious person by faith. I am a Jew, but a secular one. However, it's a principle of having my own identity.
The Quebec Human Rights Commission says they've received the case, but they will not be commenting on it until after they've made a judgment. As for the Montreal Taxi Bureau, they say they issued the ticket because Parakovitz's taxi was messy.
Nowhere does it say that it's because the car was dirty, as they claim.
The tickets only cite a Montreal bylaw prohibiting from taxis any item not directly related to the job.
We have to ask ourselves, why is an issue being made out of this?
Razmik Panosian works for Rights and Democracy.
As long as someone is not being libelous, is not harming anyone else, and is not preaching hatred, he or she has the right to express himself through the display of symbols, through the display of photographs or whatnot.
Panosian says it's really up to the Quebec Human Rights Commission to decide if this case should go to court.
I fail to see how this can offend anyone.
So far, Parakovitz hasn't paid his tickets, and he says he never will. Instead, he will try to take his case all the way to the Supreme Court if he has to. Lisanne Louder, CBC News, Montreal.